morning. Good morning, CIG. Good morning, Paul and Sandri. Thank you for joining in with us. It's been a great pleasure to have you again today, and we look forward to having a great session tonight as well. I'm simply Seton, your regular anchor for CIG Sunday Night Live. Tonight promises to be a very great one. Get your prospects, get your downlines ready to get more knowledge, be vast in this business. The topic says the mindset to succeed. And we'll be having the person of Eduru Emmanuel Jr. that will be taking us through tonight. So, but before we go on, I would like us to just greet and say hello to ourselves. So in that place, I will try to unmute everybody to say good morning, you are welcome, you're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, leaders.
Good morning, Sabasa Yusuf.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In the Martinique.
All right. So we want to appreciate all the leaders. Appreciate you for joining in with us all this while that we do this CIG Sunday Night Live. So we'll be having Emmanuel Eduru Jr., who is a medical radiographer. He's a trainer of trainers, and he's been the team lead of ACE's team. Currently, Diamond 7 leader with Long Beach Bioscience International. So you'll be taking us through today on the topic, the mindset set to succeed. After the training, we'll come with the interactive session. Prepare your questions and get your notepads ready. You're welcome, boss.
Good morning, everyone. So today we'll be talking about the mindset needed to succeed in Long Beach. The mindset needed to succeed in Long Beach. The mindsets partners need in our line of business is what I like to call the entrepreneurial mindset. The entrepreneurial mindset is what brings it all together. It channels everything you are doing and sets you on course. It determines your approach towards the business. It determines your expectations when it comes to driving this business. It also determines the type of activities you are engaged in and the frequency of such activities. Most of us are struggling because of the kind of mindset we have, and that mindset pulls us back. So partners are being encouraged to make effort to set aside specific time every single day in which they can focus on their goals and visions when coming on board Long Beach. And this is one of the things that helped me on my journey with Long Beach, where you need to reflect on your journey. Because when you reflect, it helps you to go into your mind and see what is it that is driving you, what is it that is keeping you going. And it also helps you to review your commitment and make it solid. It's also very important that when you are working on your mindset in our business, it's also good to write it down, especially when you have plans underway, which you need to undertake. It's also of great importance that one sets up what I call a vision board. I learned it on coming on board Long Beach. A vision, a board in which you put your goals. It can be mental, it can be physical. Something you can look at. It can be in your diary. It can be in a very obvious place in your room, beside your mirror, or anything that is always in your face, always in your front, every time of the day. Now, when you have a vision board, it broadens your horizon. What limits us is when we have what I call a narrow vision. What do I mean by a narrow vision? In our journey, most partners, when they come on board Long Beach, they don't really have major goals. And these major goals and visions are what drives you. They are limited based on what they are expecting, based on what they are working towards. So that is why when they encounter frustration or challenges, it knocks them down. It knocks them down. When you want to succeed in our business, you need to be ready for the challenges that comes with it. Every day, it comes with its own challenges. And these challenges are not designed to put you down. But if you're not ready for them, if you're not ready for such situations, what happens is you go down. And for most of us, when we started approaching this our business, we did it as a try and error something. Let's say, for example, if I do long reach and it works, fine. If it doesn't work, fine, but I will just do it. Now, when you start with that approach to the business, you go all wrong. So, as an entrepreneur, you need to rise up to the challenges that comes to driving your business. And these challenges, the only way you can do that is if you are always looking for ways to improve. When challenges comes, it identifies your faults, identifies the challenges, it identifies your weaknesses. So what do? You work on them. Now, when you work on them, you are no longer the same person. And one of the things that helped me in building my mindset in my journey with success in long reach was I read books, devouring books. Going into books also helped you a great deal. It prepares the mind. One of such books that helped me is The Business of the 21st Century. It taught me on how to approach this business as an entrepreneur. Because if you want to succeed in our business, you need to approach it as an entrepreneur. Most of us are in this business, we approach it from the outlook of an employee. When I say an employee, I mean you're looking at how much is this remuneration. Or when you face challenges, you back out. You're not really ready for what is involved in driving the business. Entrepreneurs are risk takers. Entrepreneurs make the tough decisions. They make the tough calls. So please, we need to put in concerted effort every day to build our knowledge base of our business. It helps build our mindset. One other thing that also limits us is that we are static. We're not moving. We're not in motion. There is nothing that makes us wake up in the morning every day to drive our business. And if you want to go far in our business, you need to always be in motion. You know, when you have a vision, your vision keeps you running, your vision keeps you moving. But when you don't have a vision, it actually brings you back. One thing that can also help you in staying in motion is if you are always looking for problems to solve. Our business is a business that makes you a solution provider. What kind of solutions can you prefer to people? You can prefer health solutions, you can prefer financial solutions. So if you know yourself, if you portray yourself as a solution provider on this journey, you are also going to go far. And then also, one other thing that can also help you is to treat tasks as problems that needs to be solved. Our business is an activity-based business. What are you doing every day to add value to your business? What have you done today to add value to your business? Now, how do you see these tasks? Do you see them as chores? Do you see them as boring? Or do you see them as interesting? When you see these when you begin to see tasks as problems that need to be solved, it helps you to commit. It helps you to be committed. It helps you to be consistent and persistent at pushing towards actualizing your vision and goals in this journey. Now, one other thing that the entrepreneurial mindset helps you to attain in our journey with long reach is that it keeps you going irrespective of the challenges. There are times on the journey when you will want to quit. You don't want to keep pushing, you don't want to keep going. As such situations, you need to be ready to make the tough calls. You need to make the tough choices. And this will guide you in your approach towards driving the business. Like I said earlier, you are on board this business as an entrepreneur. You're on board this business as a business owner, not an employee, not someone with a salary mindset. It's also very, very important that as a partner, you also need to set the right expectations of your business. When you have the right expectations, it will help you keep your vision in focus. Keep your vision in focus. There is a lot you can achieve on this platform, but you need to pick at least one or two to work on. When you work on these ones, it's easier to attain them. It's easier to get them at your grasps. Now, while you're working at actualizing your visions in this business, you need to be abreast with the activities, like what I like to call the income generating activities. These income generating activities are going to help you to actualize your goals and vision when it comes to driving your long reach journey. Now, I would like to give a simple example when it comes to developing and working on the success mindset needed to succeed in long reach. I personally began the journey as a starter combo member. We have most people come on board long reach as starter combo. Many of them come on board long reach as starter combo. But we have been able to have people who started this business as combo partners push it to the limits, get it to the same heights as those who began with the VIP entry level. But note, Star Combo turns out to be one of the most looked down on entry levels, but one can actually start with it and launch to the top. And we have a lot of newbies who are on board this platform. They are stuck at the elementary basic entry level, which is Starter Combo. Many of them don't know what they will need to do, what kind of activities they will need to do to upgrade their entry levels or even grow a team. As we all know, team building is what makes this business come together. Team building is what makes this business tick. My 2S always used to tell me that when you don't have any team, you don't have wealth. And without team building, you can't move forward. So what do you do when you come on board as a combo partner without team members, without all of that? What do you do to make a difference? Your primary objective of joining Longbridge is to work on doing what they call upgrading your entry levels. In our business, we have entry levels. Combo is the minimum. Combo is not the end of the journey. Combo is not even a way. Combo is just a way in, but it's not the destination. So when one comes on board with the combo, one needs to come up with strategies that drive sales. My 3SD always used to tell me that cash flow is key. Cash flow in our business is key. Cash flow must not necessarily be when you earn bonus in Longbridge only. Cash flow can also come from making sales, making massive sales in the business. So when you come on board, you are here to sell. Primarily, we prepare solutions by selling products. What we do in Longbridge is pretty much selling. We prepare solutions by selling. But even when you recruit somebody, you have sold something. When you get someone to buy a product, you have sold something. So you need to come up with strategies that can guarantee steady sales. When you are selling steadily, what happens is that cash flow comes in. You have a lot of products bought in the business, and from there you get PVs. These PVs, with it, you can actually begin to upgrade your entry levels as you move in the business. And while you're upgrading your entry level, you also need to remember that When you sell to someone, the person is a one-time customer. You need to think like an entrepreneur. Someone working with the entrepreneurial mindset to be looking at how can I harness this business relationship I have with this person who is my customer, who buys my toothpaste, who buys my soap. And the only way you can actually do that is if you set the come up with objective and plan of having getting codes for everyone who is a customer, everyone who uses our products, even those who might not necessarily be driving the business at first. You can talk to them about getting the products at the company price. For example, right now we have a certain daily consumables price. Their prices recently increased, so it will be best instead of focusing on retail profits. How about getting a code for these people? When you begin to have these people on board, begin to work with them, you can discover that they also have the entrepreneurial mindset, and then you sell the opportunity to them. Before you know, they can actually run with it. Some of the people in my business today, they came in as just customers, consumers, who came in to use the products, but today they are actively driving the business. So what I want to say is that when you want to succeed as an entrepreneur in our business, your approach to the business matters. How you see the business matters. It either makes you or mars you. It also affects how you counter challenges while you are on this journey. And also setting the right expectations is also very, very, very important. I remember as a Diamond 1, it was my goal and vision to get myself trips and cars on this journey. But as a Diamond 1, you need to also set reasonable and attainable goals and expectations with reasonable and attainable visions. And that calls for what are some of the expectations I set for myself? I set expectations of earning weekly. It wasn't easy. When we came on board, we were told you can earn weekly. Yes, but for you to earn weekly, you need to work towards it because you need to set your expectations at that. And that became possible when I worked hard. I engaged in activities that generated income, activities that also brought people on board, activities that generated PV in my back office. And when it comes to doing these activities, because as an entrepreneur, you want to be all in, I had to work on the rate at which I did these activities. The rate at which I started the business was not the same rate I was running the business as a Diamond 3. It was not the same rate I was running the business as a Diamond 4. And as I went up in rank, the expectations, the frequency of activities also got bigger and bigger and bigger. In fact, the larger your organization, the more coordinated you have to be in managing it. And when you do things right, when you do the right things in our journey with Longreach, you are sure to succeed in your journey with Longreach. The most important thing is you need to have the right mindset. And mindset is what makes it all come together in our business. It's mindset that propels you. It's mindset that pushes you. It's mindset that keeps you going. It's also mindset that helps you handle problems, challenges, and tasks on this journey. There's a lot to learn about mindset. There are different kinds of mindset. We might not be able to go into that today, but believe me, on a later date or time, we might go deeply into that. Thank you for following on this train. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. I was just writing out there, still writing. Thank you. Having the right mindset. I hear a lot of things that you have said. You talk about having the entrepreneurial mindset at first so that you can get mindset to succeed in this business. It's a great presentation you have given, but in just a short time. Also, you talked about having vision board. This has been said by motivational speakers over the years that put your vision ahead of you, in front of you, say to yourself, confess positivity about your vision, so you continue to see it on a daily basis. Now you talk about challenges will definitely come in whatever business you are doing, but there is need for you to rise up to face those challenges if you want to succeed. You also talked about reading books and reading good books. Someone said that those who don't read good books don't have advantage on those who don't read at all. or you have a book you don't read or implement. So you are even back to those that don't even read. Now you also said try your possible best to be in motion. Don't be static in business. Get updated. Be a solution provider. It reminds me of one of the things I wrote and said, be a solutioner. So treat tasks as problems to be solved. So you said all this and many other things. To catch up with more of this, if you have missed, it will be uploaded in the course of the week so that you can get it on our YouTube, and continue to subscribe and like the videos on our YouTube page. On YouTube, you type long read CIG, you can see Emmanuel Eduru there, but you will long read CIG. You can get several of our items, our repositories there. It is loaded with lots of information for you there. Thank you so much, FSD Emmanuel Eduru. If you have questions, you can put in the chat or you raise your hand. I'll read out your questions and I can call you to unmute to get your question asked. I can see the chat popping up because they see the presentation as great nuggets they are giving. But I would like you, I would like to ask a few questions, and I want you to, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I will ask a few questions about it, and we'll want to repeat this session some other time so that we can have more time to talk and actually pop in many things. Now you are talking about challenges, and we know that challenges do happen. Now, when you were faced with those challenges, what kind of mindset do we need to carry? What kind of mindset do we need to carry to solve those challenges and succeed in business? Did you get that? You are muted.
Wow. So there are different types of mindsets, but the mindset that is of great importance to us in our line of business is what I like to call the entrepreneurial mindset. If you want to understand the concept of the entrepreneurial mindset, you need to look at entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, they are known for being risk takers, risk bearers, and risk managers, solution providers, and a lot more. So when you encounter challenges, you need to approach it as an entrepreneur because you take sole responsibility. The success of your business relies solely on you. It's in your own hands, it's in your own palms. But what I have noticed is that most people are still in this business, they are still hooked with the employee mindset. That is why when they encounter challenges, the first thing they think about is who to blame. The upline or the downlines. They don't even take time to look at themselves. An entrepreneur will never do that. An entrepreneur bears responsibility. An entrepreneur apologizes for his errors and then takes the responsibility of figuring out how to overcome the challenges, how to provide solutions to the problems that they encounter on their journey. The moment you stop being an employee along which your business will change gears. It happened to me, and it will happen for a lot of people on this call.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. I'll ask further. Now, you talked about treating tasks as problems to be solved so that we become a solution provider. Now, can you share a time when you had to take maybe like a fresh initiative to accomplish a particular goal or to solve a problem that has actually helped you in this business? Share it with us, so for us that are growing, so that we can learn from you.
All right. Let me see. A particular challenging task that was before me and what I did to overcome it and eventually solve the problem. Personally, I had this challenge of getting people to buy into my opportunity when I started my journey with language. I was doing a whole lot of work, trying to make sure that the business moved, but it just wasn't moving for me. So what did I do at that point in time? I didn't go crying to my uncle, why did you bring me into this kind of business that is so hard, start to blame my upline, or I didn't go chastising my success, the few success lines I had at the time. I saw myself as the person who will make this business a success. Meaning that if this business was going to work, it will largely be because of me, not because of who was my upline or who my downlines are. So I began to take full responsibility for my business. I began coming up with initiatives, new perspectives, new approaches, just to get people. The goal is get people. Your primary task in language is to get people. So how many approaches have you taken? You've tried once, you've tried this one, you've tried that one, you've tried this one, you've tried that one, and it's not working. So what do? Do you stop? No. You think out of the box. And thinking out of the box is what got me here. I thought out of the box. I thought about people I knew personally. I thought about people I knew through people I knew. I thought about just anything as long as it got me to people. Because our money is with people. It doesn't matter whether I know the person or I don't know the person. I just have to try new things. So you too, who are in this business, you also need to learn how to try new things. I also have to come up with new things to try.
Try new things. You have to be dogged and face your challenges. Don't think you have a upline, and take the bull by the horn. Take responsibility for your business. Wow, thank you so much. We can go on and on and on, but let me ask you one or two more questions because we still have a bit of time. Now, you talked about vision board, talk about setting goals and all that. Now, can you give us like a kind of systematic, because I'm asking this question for several people on this call. Some have gone through it before, but in one way or the other, maybe challenges came and they are not actually liking what they do now. Can you say, how do you set goals for yourself? Then how do you hold yourself accountable for achieving those goals? Because you talked about sales before, you talked about strategies, but some of your downlines now, they were first your customer. So how do you set such goals to hold yourself accountable that you are responsible to achieving those goals? What are those? What are the things to be done? What are those strategies you've employed that have actually helped you?
First things first, I approach my business as an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone who lives few years of his life like most people won't, so that he can live the rest of his life like most people can. This, I had to become a goal-oriented person. One thing that made me be more consistent in driving my business was goals, or I will call it targets or visions. I gave myself targets. I gave myself things that I wanted to achieve. And I can tell you that the whole of late 2018 to 2021, the journey through all of that was more or less me going after my goals and ambitions. the best time to set goals, is now. Most people feel that they need to wait for the end, for the new year before they can set goals to achieve. But you can set goals today. Goals that you're going to accomplish between now and December, and between now and the next 1 week, and between now and the next 1 month. You need to have long-term goals, you need to have intermediate goals and short-term goals. And you need to make sure that the long-term goals are the big goals. The intermediate goals are goals that which, when you crush them, it brings you closer to the long-term goals. And then the short-term goals are the activities, the little things which, when you bring them together, it explodes into the intermediate goals. It explodes into the major goals which you are looking for in the long run. For most of us, it is star director. For me, it's star director, and what else that comes with star director and whatever I want to accomplish in life by means of this platform. So your goals have to contain things. For your goals have to be specific based on what is my long-term goal, what is my intermediate goal, and what are my short-term goals. The short-term goals are usually plenty. They are usually many. They're not just one thing like the long-term goal or two things like that. It's usually plenty. So as an entrepreneur, once I set these goals of places I wanted to go to, people I wanted to talk to, things I needed to do, challenges I wanted to take, or things I wanted to pass down to my team members to build momentum that will bring me closer to my long-term goals. When I set those goals, I decided that I'm going to lead from the front. If I give my team members a goal or target or something, a suggestion to work towards, before I give it to my team members, I made sure that I did it first. I experimented it. When I experimented it, I saw how it worked. It was fine. Confidently, I went to tell my team members, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I got out of it. And this is the approach I did, and it's working for me. And basically, most people in this business, they just want suggestions that work. If you can give them suggestions that work, can give them strategies that work, they will run with it. So I learned how to communicate my vision, my goals, my targets, my ideas with my people, and I was doing it with them. And I was keeping track of my progress. Yes, at some point, I also began to be more of someone who they account to. They tell me, what's up, how is this going, and all of that. My boss, 3SD Emmanuel Eduru, is one of such persons for me too. Yes, from time to time, when you have goals, you communicate your goals to your leaders. You tell them, most times he will tell me whether the goal is feasible or not. He might help me adjust it to what will easily work out. And it's been awesome. But I had to be you have to be proactive. You have to be on the move for these things to happen for you. You can't be in one place and everything will work out for you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Let me ask you one last question. Now, going by the price increase you see in Nigeria now, Ghana had theirs, I think, about 2-3 months ago. And people are complaining about the economic situation. Economic crisis is all over the world, and particularly with the case of Nigeria now. And the management have seen that if you continue buying with the old price and the money is converted to dollars, it does not measure up with what is obtainable in the other markets. How do you sustain the business? So it happens with virtually all the businesses. And people have seen that many things have increased everywhere in the world. Now, going by this, how do you undo such maybe criticisms about the business or even feedbacks? Now, how do we undo such now? Because of this situation, even with the current price increase in Nigeria, it's still the smallest compared to other parts of the world. But people will still compare and say, the price has increased, and they'll say because of the economic downturn. Now, how do we handle such feedbacks? Or let me put it as criticism about the business in times like this?
Yeah, this evening I was in a conversation with one of my leaders. She was not too aware of what the new price of the products were. But when I shared with her the new price of set, I told her the price of bamboo, 4,600 naira. She said her comment, let me read her comment. She said, incredible. Anyway, it's exquisite. So people will still go for it no matter what. Once I read it, I just laughed. I said, yes, this girl understands what we're talking about here. Longreach as a brand has set a pace that most people have gotten so used to. They have formed an emotional attachment and connection and relationship with the products. And most people who know the value of the products are ready to pay any price for it. I came across someone who sells our energy pots for ₦1 million. She was going around Port Harcourt, mopping up all the pots in Port Harcourt, swapping pots for people and giving them products with extra products, collecting pots. Pot that Longreach sells for 18,500. She was selling it ₦1 million. And she actually wanted more. She was even looking into dealing with Longreach for Longreach to import pots direct to her. She wanted to import the pot herself just to meet up with her client's demand. Why I'm saying this is that your mindset about the price increase matters a lot. When it comes to this price increase, it begins with you, the leader, who is being confronted with this major challenge and obligation. I have an example. In 2021, we had a major price increase of all the products, 40 to 45%, 45 to 50% or so. All the products, the prices were increased. When the price increase happened, most people felt like people will not buy the products again and all of that. As I'm talking to you, people massively bought the products after that. I was listening to SD Ukmong. She said whenever she's confronted with something like this, she likes to personally sow a seed in her business. What does she mean? That product that Longreach says this is the new price, even if she has the product, she will pay money to Longreach account. The toothpaste is 3.6. She will order it, confirm it. She has the toothpaste with her, but she will order it and confirm. Once she has bought it, her mindset about the price of the toothpaste totally vanishes because she now sees it as a normal thing and it helps her move. In 2021, after the price increase, a lot of my leaders were down. They were down, they were complaining bitterly and all of that. We sat down 1 week, nothing was happening. There was no PV showing up. The only PV that came into my portal came from Cameroon. I picked up the phone. I started thinking about my different leaders, how to get them to walk over the challenge of the price increase. I began to make individual calls to each and every of these leaders. Some of them are on this call. I called Prof. Odeyinka, I called Madam Eunice, I called Prof, I called his wife, I called each and every one of my leaders, my major leaders, even those who were not even my top leaders, Diamond 2s, Diamond 3s that were doing PVs. To them, I engaged, interacted with them. I heard their cries and complaints, and I also helped them to walk over it. So your approach as a leader towards the price increase matters a lot. I'm not saying the price increase is no, it's a bitter pill to swallow. I would love to still get my toothpaste at 2.4. I'd love to get my soap at 3.4. Coffee at 2.9. But as it is, I can't do it right now. So what I can just do is I try to act like it is not what it is. And one very important secret to overcoming the price increase, let me tell you the simple secret, is to look for new customers. New customers. There are a lot of people out there who don't know Longreach products, who don't use Longreach products. The job is to sell to them. They don't know that the toothpaste was 2.4. They don't know that the soap was 3.4. They don't know all of these things. All they know is that you have given them a product that is very, very good. If you tell them the toothpaste is 5,000, they'll pay for it. As long as you know how to sell the value of the products, it will help you overcome this price increase. Another thing that also help you overcome this price increase is come out mind from retail profits. Focus on selling entry levels. Our traders always mentioned it. He talked about it the last time it was a price increase. That instead of selling one product, toothpaste, this no. Sell the entry level. The entry level may no longer be for QC, but it may no longer be 30,000, maybe 45,000. Sell the 45,000 entry level. When you sell entry levels to people buy entry level, they don't know how much is toothpaste, they don't know how much is soap. All they know is that when they give you 45K, you give them different products which they will love and use. Along the line, they can get to know the products individually and based on the price and all of that. So these are some little things I have to say about overcoming price increase and all. But it's psychological. This price increase is psychological. It will be a mental block until you overcome it as a leader.
As well. Thank you so much, FSD Eduru Emmanuel Jr. It's been a pleasant and fascinating session we had tonight. And we are going to repeat this particular topic when we return from our break. Thank you so much. Now, okay, I want to do something. We've got our last week guest is in the house in person of Olayinka Ele Aklo, presently in Benin Republic. I reached out to him to come give the summary of this session today to our French speaking community. So because we want to leave them out speaking English all the time. I know some are clamoring for the Nigerian languages too. We have the session for the Igbo, Hausa, maybe Sir Yusuf Basi will help us with that. We have for the Yoruba and the likes. But for now, we have majorly English and French speaking community in this business. So to summarize for us for a few minutes, I know Emmanuel Eduru has said a lot, but he will do some summary for us in French. Welcome, boss. Thank you for joining in with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me once again. And since we don't have much time,
so just shoot. Thank you so much.
Very, very brief. Thank you so much. Alors, bonsoir à tous ceux qui sont connectés actuellement dans ce direct, dans ce Zoom. Alors, déjà, notre invité de ce soir a commencé par parler de la lecture des livres. Il faut lire des livres. Développer le thème, c'est développer la mentalité donc d'un gagnant, l'état d'esprit d'un gagnant. Et il a commencé déjà en nous disant l'état d'esprit donc de réussite. Et pour développer l'état d'esprit de réussite, l'une des choses que vous devez faire, c'est lire des livres. Et il a dit quelque chose qui est extraordinaire, c'est que vous devez approcher donc ce business en tant qu'un entrepreneur. Il y en a qui viennent dans ce business et qui continuent donc de garder leur état d'esprit d'employé. Non, vous n'êtes pas des employés dans ce business, vous êtes des entrepreneurs. Et les entrepreneurs sont des gens qui prennent donc des risques. Les entrepreneurs, d'accord, prennent des risques. Donc, apprenez à prendre des risques. Recherchez des problèmes que vous allez résoudre. Recherchez donc des problèmes que vous allez résoudre. Et il y a deux problèmes que vous pouvez résoudre donc dans cette activité. Ce sont d'abord des problèmes financiers et des problèmes de santé. Ne soyez pas statique, soyez dynamique, soyez dans le mouvement. Soyez dans le mouvement. Regardez, il a parlé du fait de regarder donc les tâches comme des problèmes à résoudre. Regardez les tâches comme des problèmes qui ont besoin d'être résolus. Et lorsque vous voyez les tâches comme des problèmes qui ont besoin d'être résolus, vous allez pousser chaque activité. Vous allez aller de l'avant. Vous allez mettre de l'effort. Et rappelez-vous que vous devez tout le temps approcher ce business avec l'état d'esprit d'un entrepreneur. Autre chose dont il a parlé, c'est quoi? Soyez focalisés. Restez focus. Votre focalisation est très importante. Alors, prenez une ou deux choses sur lesquelles vous allez être focalisé. Ne faites pas beaucoup de choses en même temps. Prenez une ou deux choses sur lesquelles vous vous focalisez et que vous allez faire. Cherchez à savoir, d'accord, quelles sont les activités. qui vous génèrent le plus de revenus? Quelles sont ces activités-là que vous faites qui vous génèrent de l'argent? C'est important donc de vous focaliser sur ces activités-là. Il a dit que lui, il a commencé ce voyage avec un objectif en tête. Son objectif était vraiment clair et qu'il a commencé avec le combo démarrage, le tout petit combo. Chez nous, ici au Bénin, c'est le tout petit pack de démarrage donc de 25 000 francs. Et donc, lui-même a commencé avec ce pack et il a poussé le business jusqu'à atteindre aujourd'hui le même niveau que ceux qui ont démarré avec le niveau VIP. Donc, il est très important pour vous de ne pas négliger ces petits packs de démarrage. Ces petits packs de démarrage sont aussi très importants. Vous démarrez donc avec ces petits packs et petit à petit, vous bâtissez votre business jusqu'à donc atteindre le summum. Il a parlé également du cash flow, d'accord, le cash flow. Alors, il faut que l'argent circule, le cash flow, que l'argent circule. Alors, vous pouvez vous focaliser par exemple sur la vente, pas seulement les commissions. Vous voyez, si vous devez attendre chaque fois les commissions, peut-être à un moment donné, vous êtes découragé, mais on achète le produit, on revend et on a donc des bénéfices de vente au détail. C'est très important. Alors donc, créer un système qui vous permet de vendre, créer un système qui vous permet d'avoir des clients et de vendre. Alors, les petits PV que vous allez glaner à travers les ventes vont également vous aider. Lorsque vous avez, par exemple, des clients, il y a des gens qui vont vous approcher comme clients, ils démarrent en tant que clients. Lorsque vous avez ces clients, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Il faut leur vendre donc les produits et leur créer des codes. Créer des codes, inscrivez vos clients, puisque ces clients vont devenir des partenaires par la suite. Donc, ceux qui ont déjà commencé par acheter les produits chez vous, inscrivez-les et qu'ils deviennent donc des partenaires plus tard. Créez-leur des codes. C'est très important. Alors, fixez-vous donc des objectifs, ayez des attentes. Ayez des attentes. Et notre invité de ce soir, lui, il a dit que lui, il avait donc des attentes. Dès qu'il a démarré ce business, il voulait Star Director. Cela faisait partie donc de ses attentes. Il voulait être Star Director. Et il dit, vous devez avoir donc des objectifs. C'est très important. Il dit, l'une de ses attentes, lorsqu'il était diamant 1, c'était avoir des bénéfices, des bonus hebdomadaires, les commissions hebdomadaires. Donc, avoir les commissions hebdomadaires et il a travaillé par rapport à ça. Il a commencé donc à gagner des commissions hebdomadaires. Ayez donc la mentalité, l'état d'esprit correct, l'état d'esprit qui vous fait avancer. C'est très important. Alors, une question lui a été adressée par rapport aux défis. Et il a dit, les défis sont inhérents à ce business. Il y aura toujours donc des défis, mais vous devez avoir la mentalité de résoudre les défis, la mentalité d'affronter les challenges et de réussir donc dans ce business. Donc, le bon état d'esprit est toujours important. Les entrepreneurs sont connus comme des gens qui prennent des risques, des gens qui vont manager les risques, les gens qui vont résoudre les problèmes. Ça, c'est les entrepreneurs. Et n'oubliez pas, nous avions dit que vous devez aborder ce business avec l'état d'esprit d'un entrepreneur. C'est très important. Alors, il y en a qui sont encore dans ce business, mais avec l'état d'esprit d'employés. Ils sont encore des employés. Non, vous ne devez pas aborder le business avec l'état d'esprit d'employé. Un employé, c'est quelqu'un qui il fait quelques travaux, il attend son salaire. Non, cherchez, prenez des risques. Prenez des risques, c'est très important. Prenez donc des risques et résolvez les problèmes donc, qui sont autour de vous. Donc, en tant qu'employé, en tant qu'entrepreneur, lorsqu'il y a des difficultés dans le business, vous n'abandonnez pas, vous ne fléchissez pas, mais vous cherchez les voies et moyens pour contrer ces difficultés-là et arriver donc à les vaincre. Alors, la question lui a été adressée à notre invité s'il a eu des défis donc, dans son business que lui-même a pu résoudre. Et il a dit, l'un des défis que lui il a eu, c'est amener les gens à s'inscrire. Et je crois que c'est les défis, les difficultés que plusieurs personnes ont, que les gens s'inscrivent, parrainés, les difficultés de parrainage. Voyons un peu, les difficultés de parrainage. Et l'objectif d'ailleurs donc, de notre business, c'est d'amener les gens à s'inscrire. Vous voyez? Et ce que vous devez faire, c'est de chercher des voies et moyens pour que les gens continuent de s'inscrire donc, dans votre réseau. Fixez-vous des objectifs donc, à long terme, les objectifs à moyen terme et les objectifs à court terme. Les objectifs à court terme, vous les attaquez, vous arrivez donc à les atteindre et cela va vous conduire vers les objectifs à moyen terme et les objectifs à long terme. Ça, c'est les grands rêves. C'est les grands rêves. Les objectifs doivent être clairs, spécifiques et atteignables. Ce que nous appelons les objectifs SMART. D'accord? Donc, les objectifs doivent être mesurables. Les objectifs doivent être aussi donc atteignables. Les objectifs doivent être précis, clairs, concis. Alors, il dit d'être proactif. Vous devez être proactif et être dans le mouvement. Ne pas abandonner, aller se coucher quelque part et revenir après dans le business. Non. Vous venez trop tard dans un monde trop vieux. Restez dans le mouvement. Restez dans le mouvement. Soyez proactif. Alors, par rapport à l'augmentation des prix, je crois que c'est une mesure qui affecte le business en général, l'augmentation des prix. Comment est-ce que nous pouvons gérer cette augmentation-là des prix? Parce que les gens vont critiquer, dire, bon, les prix ont augmenté. Et il a donné quelques astuces vraiment extraordinaires. Il a dit qu'une de ces filles l'a appelé par rapport aux prix qui ont augmenté. Et quand il a informé du nouveau prix, celle-ci a donc répliqué en disant quoi, que peu importe le prix, ceux qui connaissent la valeur du produit iront donc vers ce produit et vont l'acheter. Et ça, c'est très important. Vous voyez, il a parlé aussi de quelqu'un qui vend les marmites, nos casseroles à 1 million. Il vend la casserole à 1 million de naira. Donc, le prix importe peu. L'une des choses qu'il a dit également par rapport au prix, il dit chercher de nouveaux clients. Ne vendez plus les produits en détail, vendez les combos. Vendez les combos. C'est très important. Donc, vous faites un pack de produits, ça peut être 45 000, 50 000 francs, et vous proposez le pack de produits au lieu de dire un produit, donc vous vendez des combos. Et c'est vraiment psychologique, cette augmentation de prix, c'est vraiment psychologique. Oubliez les bénéfices et vendez tout simplement des packs, vendez des combos. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much.
Wow. That's a great presentation. It has gone beyond interpreting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. How do I say this now? Okay, let me just say, vous comprenez. I know everybody has understood everything we have said. Thank you so much. I still remember that one from my French class. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I can see Madam Higet Aplogon's hand up. We missed you last week, but let's just hear you and just appreciate our interpreter and our guest tonight. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, leader Seton. Vous comprenez, nous comprenons.
All right, that's good.
Thank you. Leader Yinka, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Nous avons des partenaires en salle. J'ai raté le dimanche dernier, j'étais malade. J'ai dormi, j'étais fatiguée. Toutes mes excuses, mais je crois que tu vas revenir et je vais suivre. I greet everybody. I greet our big SD3, and I big Mama Emmanuel also. She's on call. I greet Emmanuel Jr. We get value. We get value this night, and I can say that we get more strategy. We have to be focused. We have to have a very big mindset. And I think, thank you. I just want to say thank you and greet our leader, Yinka, who is there for us now for French speakers. Thank you. Don't give up. We are here and we greet you very, very, very much. Thank you, leader. I finished. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. Good to have you, and keep supporting us, keep encouraging us. We really, really appreciate you. Next week is going to be a bumper package. Let me be sincere with you guys. You don't want to miss that. It may probably be our last session before we go on break for the summer break. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. We'll be having a big fish in the house. I don't want to disclose now. In the course of the week, we will share the flyer. Once again, I want to thank FSD Eduru Emmanuel Jr. for tonight's presentation, and it's been an awesome time. Also, thank you to Olayinka Aklo for doing the summary in French. We really appreciate you. One last word from you, Eduru Jr.
Hey, my passing words for everyone who is on this call is this. If you ever blame your upline or your success lines for your lack of success in this business, you are thinking like an employee. Erase that mindset. You are a CEO. Learn and take responsibility for your business. That is the mindset of stars. See you all at the top. Do have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All
right. Join us again next week. I remain Simply Seton, your regular uncle, and have a good night, everyone.